Hello there, it's Mazzy here, and I want you to pay attention. Take your time, if you have a few minutes, put everything aside, relax all thoughts, surrender to the void. I want you to pay attention to these records I show you. I'm going to show you 3 sets of 5 records, and I want to test if you have any deficits in overall intelligence. Pay attention mostly to the covers, although as I show these records, I'll tell you a little bit about the music because maybe you don't know about these albums. Some of you will, some of you won't. So, set number 1. The album's by Chris Bell. I Am the Cosmos. Tragic end to his life. Member of Big Star that never quite made it. Big Star is one of the ultimate unsung heroes of rock and roll and indie music. Cult band, very influential band. And Chris Bell ended his life way too soon. Number 2. Marianne Faithfull, Broken English. When this album came out, this is a promo copy that I was given by a label person, and it was remarkable because we all knew the young, beautiful ingenue who, along with Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, wrote a song or two. And she had this kind of golden little voice with As Time Goes By. And she comes back with this cigarette-smoked, thick voice, raspy, laden, kind of Germanic Berlin type recording of dancey, upbeat, throbbing music. When we heard Broken English, oh my God, intense. It was like a different person. Amazing album, wonderful record. And you just hear a cover of John Lennon's Working Class Hero, which is nothing like John's version of that. It really has balls, and it's kind of that heavy bass, drums, just throbbing intensity. And obviously, Marianne Faithfull would go on to make some really wonderful records. I'm still a fan. I still buy her records. Number 3. It's a 12-inch single by the Smiths. Big Mouth strikes again with this wonderful cover photograph of James Dean, the actor. I hope you're paying attention. Number 4. Elvis Costello's sophomore album, this year's model. Pump It Up. I Don't Want to Go to Chelsea. Original UK copy. Gorgeous record. Pay attention. Number 5 in the first batch. Elektra Records recording artists from New York City, live from CBGB's. This ain't a live album. Their second album by Television. Adventure. Glory. Foxhole. Their first and second record, they're both amazing. Tom Verlaine, the great guitar player Richard Lloyd. Just wonderful record. Okay, that's the batch number one. Take a moment, collect your thoughts, put everything down, don't look at the news, don't tweet something, pay attention. Series number two. The best of Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks soundtracks. Another promo copy I got from the Electra Asylum rep. This is a collection that came out, I believe, in the late 70s. And of course it has soundtracks to wonderful movies, from Young Frankenstein, you know, theme songs and songs within the film. Young Frankenstein, Silent Movie, Blazing Saddles, The Producers, and 12 Chairs. A lot of people don't know Mel Brooks wrote those fantastic songs that are included. High Society, which is basically a Hitchcock, Alfred Hitchcock send-off, like Vertigo. And songs from Putting on the Ritz from Young Frankenstein. Springtime for Hitler. Cool collection, cool soundtrack collection, a really good comp. Look at the cover, pay attention. Next in Series 2, the fabulous Julie London. This woman can sing. Beautiful, lounge, smooth, jazzy music. Liberty Records. Whatever Julie wants. And you know it. My heart belongs to Daddy. Number 3 in Series 2. The Pogues. English band with Irish overtones. Produced by the great Steve Lillywhite, Shane MacGowan. Tempestuous but amazing, amazing band. I just love these guys. It's like Irish pub punk, post-punk, just really good, great party music, great bar band. This came out in 1989. Is it 89? Apparently, the Pogues. Highway 61, Dylan Goes Electric, Like a Rolling Stone, probably one of the best singles of all time. Like a Rolling Stone. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own? Mike Bloomfield and Al Cooper. Oh my God, that organ part that Al Cooper wrote on this record. Tombstone Blues, It Takes a Lot to Laugh, A Train to Cry, Ballad of a Thin Man, closing out with the fabulous long friggin' Desolation Row. Pay attention to cover. And the final one in this segment, in this Series 2, Oasis. From Manchester. With the Wanker Brothers. You know who they are. Definitely Maybe. That about sums it up. Just look at the cover. I hope I'm not getting this wrong, but I believe this is their second album. It's definitely maybe their second album. The Wanker Brothers themselves. Next one. This is now the final series of 5 records. Pay attention. Nils Lofgren. With his brother, he had the band Grin. His records are amazing. I saw him at a club around 75 when they're really trying to push him. They really want him to be the next Peter Frampton. And I mean that because Peter Frampton had, Frampton Comes Alive, recorded in San Francisco. There was a live album that came out way too late. There was a 12-inch or a radio station live album only. He was amazing live. Great songwriter, great singer. On stage, he's kind of a short guy, and he would jump backwards with a Stratocaster on stage when he was playing. A lot of people here who are watching may know him better for being a member of the E Street Band, Bruce Springsteen, for quarter century now maybe. But his solo albums on A&M are great, especially this one and Cry Tough, that I believe is right after this. Back It Up, Baby. Got a lot of airplay in the Bay Area, on the West Coast, probably on the East Coast, FM stations at the time. This came out, 75, 4, 6? I don't know. But he also does a great version of, let's see, what's this? Going Back, the Byrds, Carole King, Goffin song, the Byrds cover, I think that might have been one of the early versions of it by the Byrds. Keith Don't Go, an ode to the Glimmer Twins, obviously for Keith and Mick of the Rolling Stones. Oh my God, Rock and Roll Crook, 2x2. And also, so it's with Nils Lofgren, Warnell Jones on bass, and the great Ainsley Dunbar on drums. This is a powerful album, really well written, really well recorded. So you can pick this up probably fairly inexpensively, the originals on A&M Records, but it sounds really good. Blast this puppy because it's something really good. So check that cover out. Remember these records. The next one. Carly Simon. Norman C. photograph, got some flack for the suggestiveness of this photograph. But Attitude Dancing is really good on this. Again, this is produced by Richard Perry, who produced Nielsen and Ringo Starr and a lot of other great artists in the 70s. It was a really good sort of pop producer. But this is actually a really nice record. I still think No Secrets is probably her best with You're So Vain. But she had a run of hits in the 70s as well. She was married to James Taylor for a couple of years, short time. They did Mockingbird together, but this is a really good record. But pay attention. You see where I'm going with this? No, you don't. Ilya Kuryakin, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Now, it was actually Robert Vaughn and Ilya Kuryakin who was the Russian. He played the Russian in the 60s TV show. Those of you of a certain age who don't remember The Man from U.N.C.L.E. might remember. You probably see him now on reruns of NCIC, whatever. He's that kind of the science guy in the lab. There's always that one kind of quirky guy in the lab on all those shows, from Criminal Minds to NCSI or whatever. I'm confused with all of them. I've never seen the show really, but I know he's on it and he has a comeback. Great one episode of the old Outer Limits in the 60s called Sixth Finger, where he advances like every few hours, a futuristic brain. That's kind of a cool episode. Those of you of a certain age will remember that episode. Anyway, this is David McCullough conducts his album, Music Part of Me. Now, did he really conduct this? He's a music guy. He doesn't sing. This isn't one of those stars singing. This is a kind of a cool record. It's actually David Axelrod. If you know David Axelrod, he's made some really cool records that cross over with sort of psychedelic, funk, TV, cinematic themes. He worked with Electric Prunes, really the Kol Nidra album that he produced. But this is kind of his baby more than anything else. I think this has been sampled by some people. But it has covers of like Turn, 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 Taste of Honey, Yesterday, Satisfaction, Downtown, and a couple of originals produced by David Axelrod. So you know where the genius is behind this. He was like all over Hollywood of this kind of productions. But just look at the cover for a second. Okay. One of my all-time favorite films, Antonioni film, 1966, Blow Up, loosely based, just as a framework, on the British photographer, celebrity fashion photographer David Bailey. Soundtrack by Herbie Hancock. Pay attention. It's about a photographer who sees somebody, takes some pictures. He blows up he's in his darkroom, blowing up the picture, closing in on a frame, blowing it up even larger, and he sees something. Sort of surreal in the way it kind of ultimately ends. Great short, live sort of a club scene with the Yardbirds. The Drea period with Jeff Beck and Jimmy Page. But really, again, a favorite movie of mine. Might be too like 60s, where kind of these nebulous endings, like, and there are mimes in it. But pay attention. Blow Up. Pick this up. Kind of very kind of 60s, like swinging London, 1966, really, as it was really just starting to happen there. And lastly, of the fifth album of the third section, third series. Pay attention. "10cc, How Dare You?" Friggin' great record. "Art for Art's Sake," "I'm Mandy, Fly Me," "Don't Hang Up." Oh, just that telephone line at the end and the buzz and the hang up. Great cover by Hypnosis. You know Hypnosis, Pink Floyd covers, Wings covers, 10cc covers, so many covers, great artwork. Pay attention. So, I'm showing these records because I just want to make sure that you all have a rich attention span and you don't have any kind of cognitive deficit. Those of you in the UK may not know what I'm talking about, except you educated people will. You're all educated. But it's been like in the news a lot lately. So I want to show these records. I hope you kind of know what I'm getting at. So there is a reason I'm showing these records. Please vote. Person, woman, man, camera, TV, person, woman, man, camera, TV, person, woman, man, camera, Pwmctv. You just were exposed, introduced to the Montreal Cognitive Assessment. Thank you, and Mazzy loves you. Vote. Vote early, vote often.